Hey guys, what's going on? Thought I'd make a video on this Android head unit that I just purchased off AliExpress recently. So today I'm recording this. It's 1:50, so I guess it's Tuesday, but I basically ordered this last weekend, so about 8-9 days ago, and it arrived I think this past Friday. And over the weekend, I installed this with a couple of my friends, and the install itself wasn't hard at all. I guess the hardest part, which we kind of fucked up on, was this is how the vent's supposed to look like. Got a couple here. Kind of fucked up removing the clips here at the top. So there's two here and then two there. I guess this was one of the hardest parts of doing this whole thing, and it kind of broke. So when you're doing this, I guess be careful with that. But everything else, once you get this popped off, just taking out the old radio and putting this in, it's all plug and play. So you'll see where the wires have to go. It's really not that difficult. Not all the wires need to be used. So yeah, in terms of the install, I'd give it a probably, let's see, like honestly a 3 out of 10 when it comes to difficulty. It was not hard at all. It did take us 2 hours, but that was just because we were trying to make sure everything was done correctly and whatnot. So but let me get started on the actual car head unit. This is how the head unit appears. It looks obviously OEM. That's what I was trying to go for. A lot of people, they tend to get the same type of Android head unit, not this one, another style. And usually you have like all the functions like down here, but you don't have anything here. So the cars that came with navigation from factory from Lexus with these cars, it kind of looks similar to this, like in terms of like size, in terms of like design. So that's what I liked about this. So that was already a plus. And how I came across this product was in one of my Facebook groups that I'm in. Somebody posted about this product and how they had a good experience with this. It was in the comment section of a post, and I replied to it, and I'm like, basically asked him how's the audio, how was everything with it, and he sent me the link. So I was like, okay, well, let me take a chance with it. And here's the product itself. So that's how that came to be, and delivery was super quick. So from China to my home in Toronto, it took about 5 days to actually get from like the day that I placed the order, which was on a weekend. So I'm sure if you placed it during the week, it probably would have taken like 3 to 4 days. So, and that's exactly what the guy that I talked to said. It took him 4 days to receive the product itself. Let me just get started with that. So obviously you got your time here. You can change that to 24-hour clock, and you can obviously play around with that in terms of the settings. You got your audio here. So whatever song you have connected to Bluetooth, it'll come up here. So this is like the Android, not the Apple Carplay right now. So there's that. And then this tells you how fast you're going, which is kind of useless. And that's your radio. So you have all your like main things up there. I'm sure you can like play around and customize and stuff. I haven't really looked into that, but you have your navigation, Bluetooth, all of your apps, and the apps that you download will come here. The theme is like the design of this. You can change that. Most of the ones that are customizable, you have to pay like $4 to $8 on them, which I'm not going to do because I don't really mind this design. So screw that. And then you have your radio here for some reason again, and then your music, which is like the same as that, but this allows you to like just make this full screen for the music. So this is your home screen. That's obviously to go back, your home screen right there, and this is to shuffle between apps and stuff like that. Then you have like your time and all that stuff. So if you pull this down, it's like an Android device. You have like your notifications and like all these like features here. Try to get this to focus. So it's pretty much like a Android product, like any other Android product. So you can obviously pair on with the sound and everything else here. So that's your quick settings. All right, in terms of the apps itself, so before I even get into that, the moment you power this on, the first thing you're going to want to do obviously is go to Bluetooth, and then obviously pair your Android device or your iPhone. So I went here, and then my phone is the first one, iPhone 10. So we use my friend's phone just as a test device, but that's my phone up here. And then once you get that connected, like you'll be able to play music and it all syncs here, so it's pretty cool. Then you're gonna want to open the apps, and you'll have a bunch of apps that come with the product itself. So in terms of like, one of the main things you want to keep obviously with like an aftermarket system is proper air conditioning, and that's the question I got a lot about this head unit. Like, does the AC work? Like, how's it controlled? You have all of your like features here, like you can play around with them if you don't want to touch the screen, and it's easy. Everything works, like everything's functional, everything's super quick, it's good. But you also have the app here, so air conditioner, and you can play around with the settings. So if you want to change the mode, if you want to increase like the temperature, right now I have it the coldest setting, which obviously it's summertime, so that's what I have it as right now. You can move this here, and this is just to, oh whoops, so that's to switch between apps and like whatnot, or sorry, to go between Apple CarPlay or Android. So there's that. But back to the air conditioning thing, so that's what it looks like. And if you want to turn off the AC, you can just press that. You got a couple of options, and obviously like everything is the way it should be. So that's how that is. Next, I want to talk about the audio. That's another thing that obviously with the aftermarket head unit, you want the audio to be perfect. So is the audio good with this? I 100% recommend this product to anybody else just based off the audio alone. The audio is perfect, if not even better than factory, to be honest. And you can play with the audio like in the equalizers settings and stuff like that, but I haven't touched any of that stuff because I don't need to. Like right now the audio level is perfect. It's loud, like the bass is good, everything is as good as OEM, if not better, just based on the fact that like you can play with like a lot of this audio settings and way more options than you would get with OEM. Because I think the OEM, you'd have like a few options in terms of like what you can do with the bass and all that, but in this car you have a ton of options that you can play around with and stuff. Okay, moving forward, so the audio, like I said, perfect, no complaints about that. And I'll show you some of the other things, what's important here. So obviously settings, if you want to connect your iPhone's like mobile data hotspot to your Android tablet here, you would just go to the Wi-Fi settings and just press more, and you can, and my Wi-Fi is on right now. I haven't connected my phone right now, but I've already done that to download apps and whatnot and stuff like that, and just watch YouTube videos. I've already tested all that, so that works fine. It takes a bit actually to search for a Wi-Fi network, and right now I'm doing this from a grocery store plaza, so I'm not gonna find any Wi-Fi networks, and I think my data might be off, but otherwise your data would come up here as normal, and you can select your phone as like the internet hotspot, and that's obviously good when you want to watch like YouTube clips and use it for whatever else. So I'll show you some of the other apps that I have on here that I've downloaded. So once I connected my mobile data hotspot, obviously I went to the Play Store and I download apps as normal. So I downloaded Reddit, the Score, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. I think Facebook might have already been on here, but I downloaded these apps, and also this app controls the what do you call it? The LED footlights and stuff like that. So right now I have it connected to my phone, so this hasn't synced with the footwell lights, but if I ever want to play with it, I can just do that. But it's just, I have it on my phone, so I don't really need to do it. But the convenience of having it here is pretty cool too. So that was another app that I downloaded. And when you get to the Play Store and you're thinking like, oh, I have a Netflix account, I'm gonna download Netflix and just have it just here, just in case I want to watch clips and stuff like that on the go and whatnot. There is no Netflix that you can download for this. Obviously on a normal Android phone you'd be able to, but I think they discontinued it for like tablets and like devices like this, because you can't find it on the App Store. And so I watched another clip of a guy on YouTube on how to download the app. I'll include the link in my description to the link to be able to download the Netflix app. But I downloaded the app and everything with it works normal, and it's right here. I just downloaded that right there, and I signed in as normal, and I tested it out. I was able to watch video and stuff like that, and everything works well with that, so no complaints about that. But yeah, this screen looks amazing. Just that's how it looks when I'm like driving, everything looks good with it. So that's in ways that came with it. I was in YouTube, also came with that the tablet. And is there anything else I'm missing? So obviously you have your Google Maps, and that's pretty much it. So the last thing obviously I want to show is the Apple CarPlay. And to be able to do that, you go here and you go to T-Link 5. So that's the app for Apple CarPlay if you want to use it. And this car gives you, this tablet gives you the option to be able to watch use Apple CarPlay in either wireless or wired CarPlay, just like any other car. Obviously, wireless CarPlay would be better. However, wireless CarPlay is not that great on this device, unfortunately. So I've already tested it out. The audio is spotty. The CarPlay just in general is just super laggy, and it's not ideal. It's way better to use it like in wired form if you want to use it. Unfortunately, obviously wireless is better. That's what everyone would want to do. But it's super laggy. The music's not that great with it, and it's unfortunate. But at least with the wired option, once you connect like the iPhone charger to this device, which I've done right here, I made it come out of here. So like the one on the right is the iPhone charger cable, and the one on the left is the Android charger cable. And once you connect the iPhone charger, like I'm gonna obviously play around with this. I just left this here for now, but once you connect the iPhone cable, you would just go into here, and then boom, you have Apple CarPlay. And I'm not gonna swipe around here just because I've learned that if you're making a video while you're doing like Apple CarPlay and stuff like that, this lags like crazy. But otherwise, take it from me, this is super smooth. There's no issues. Everything works as expected. No complaints about this. And you can even, I have the microphone set up here, and it's kind of hidden. So if I want to be like, hey Siri, whatever, and then it'll come up here as normal, like any other Apple device, and you can just tell it to do a command and stuff like that. So you have your audio, phones, and whatever app that you have on your iPhone that'd be compatible with Apple CarPlay would just transfer over here. So everything's cool with this. I'll pull up the music. So like I said, it's gonna be laggy because I'm taking a video, but take my word, it is. I promise you, it's not laggy. And I'll pull this up, and it's gonna be super laggy. I promise you, like I said, it is not gonna be laggy when you're not taking a video. But yeah, you have Apple CarPlay here as normal, and that's what it looks like. So that's my cockpit. I have a check engine light for my fuel being too rich, but I don't really care, to be honest. That's the only quote I have. And that's how the screen looks like. It's very OEM looking. You guys will be happy with the screen. I'll obviously leave a link to this in the description to be able to purchase it. And the fit is like, it's super great. It's no complaints. I have literally no complaints about this product as a whole. So let's just get out of Apple CarPlay. And yeah, like I said, it's not going to be laggy. I'm saying this like repeatedly because I know someone's going to be like, oh, Apple CarPlay is super laggy. It's only laggy with wireless CarPlay. Like if you have your iPhone connected by USB cable, no issues. So let's go back. And yeah, so that's pretty much it. I don't think there's anything else I really got to show with this product. Air conditioning, like I said, works. I'll go back to it. This is like if you want to like up the temperature, lower it. This all works. Like everything, the user interface, it's super smooth. Like everything works as it is. It's pretty like it's really good. I would say this product is kind of like an Android tablet from like, you can tell it's not obviously like a brand new tablet. You can tell it's like something from like 2015, like that era. But like that's not a bad thing. Everything is as smooth as you need it to be for a car. And I have no complaints, like I said. So let me see what else is in the settings. I guess there's nothing really else to go through here, but this product actually does come with a backup camera. I didn't need one just because I have one up here. So this acts as a dash cam, but if I put it in reverse, it'll show me what's behind me because I have a backup camera already installed there. So normally when you put the car in reverse, this would come up as a backup camera if you have that installed and wired, which I didn't need to do. I actually gave the backup camera to my friend because he's gonna put it on his Lexus LS, and I really didn't care to keep it. So things to note: be careful when you're doing the install here, and be super careful when you're taking this off in general, because you gotta like get a the plastic tool to get it between here, and you gotta wedge this all. You gotta pop it off. But once you get all the clips out, 1, 2, 3, 4, this just pops right off, and it's not as easy as I'm making it seem, I'm not gonna lie, but you'll figure it out, and you might break a vent in the process, but don't feel too bad. So yeah, this is pretty much how it is. Let me show you guys the themes, and I'm not connected to the internet, so you can't see the other themes that you can buy, but don't buy that. You don't need to pay $8 to have another theme. It's not that important. Like, let's say I switch it to this and I use it. It's the same idea. Bluetooth, music, navigation, Bluetooth, apps, theme, radio, clock, and then you have this like car animation, and it tells you how fast you're going. But I like the other theme better just because it's a cleaner look. And you have this, but I like the middle one better. So yeah, that's pretty much the gist of it. So if I were to give this product a review, I'd say it is a solid, it's a solid 8.5 out of 10. 2 reasons the rating is not like a perfect 10 is just wireless CarPlay is not perfect. It lags way too much for what it is. The audio sucks with it. So that's like a big thing for me. Well, sorry, not really a big thing for me, but I mean, like, it would have been nice, but can't complain about everything. And the other thing is that when you're trying to connect the tablet's, I guess, Wi-Fi to your device, like when you're trying to like get Wi-Fi from your phone to share to the tablet, it takes sometimes, or should I say most of the time, it takes a while for the tablet to be able to recognize the iPhone. Like, my iPhone is right here. It shouldn't take super long to find it, but it does take a while for it to actually recognize the fact that I have the iPhone and it's offering the personal hotspot. So that's another thing. Everything else though is great. Like, it does everything I need to. Bluetooth, like the moment I get into the car, my phone connects to the device turns on the moment I have the car running. So everything's solid with this product. You guys will like it. In my opinion, you don't really need to pay somebody to have this installed. Just do it with like a friend or two, like I did. They helped me a ton with this, and I really appreciate the help, because it's definitely something that it would be more ideal to do with 2 or 3 people. And so it's definitely doable on your own. Obviously you'll have more fun doing it with somebody else, but that's pretty much it. There's nothing really that I don't think I have to go through, but yeah, like I said, weather app, you have everything. If you want to browse on Google Chrome, right there, everything is good. This product is great. Watching Netflix on the go, you can do that. I'll include the link to get that app, by the way. It's still, the video on how to do it was uploaded like a year or 2 ago, but I was able to do it now, and it still works, obviously. And that's pretty much it. So I'm gonna wrap this video up by kind of just showing you the home screen again. And this is how it looks from, like, I guess the back seat, kind of like from like a far POV. That's the size of it. This is slightly bigger than the size of the OEM navigation, the ones that come with it. No complaints. No complaints at all. So yeah, till the next video, guys.